Hello, how are y'all? I hope that y'all are doing well. This video is a compilation of quite a few days worth of work. It was about 10 or 12 hours worth of footage. I got rid of the first one because when I made the mock journal out of the Leuchtturm paper from the really big like B5 Leuchtturm, I wasn't really you couldn't really see me much. I didn't have the camera position right, and that journal was my mock journal. It was so I could figure out how to do it. So I thought I'd just show you all the real stuff. Um, I have two journals, and a sketchbook that I've made to actually use, not the mock journal because that one's already fallen apart. But I wanted to talk about a few things before I get into the real subject. I decided to make my own sketchbook first because I wanted a mixture of mixed media paper and watercolor paper, and watercolor paper is super thick. And I'd watched quite a few videos about making your own sketchbook, and I wanted to try my hand at it because I think when all is said and done, between now and the end of the year, I'm going to end up making quite a few different ones out of some of the sketchbooks that I have, like smaller versions, landscape, portrait, different things, so that like one I can have in my purse, like say field notes, portrait, and then one I could do landscape. I'm still thinking, but I really am getting more and more and more into the art, and the more that I get out there and I do it, the better. Now, I don't know about me and the camera doing it, but I am really enjoying doing the urban sketching part. So I did learn my lesson though with the mock journal. Templates. Templates are my very best friend. Templates. Templates. Can I say it again, y'all? Say it with me. Templates. So Bree suggested I watch Sea Lemon's video, and I did. I watched several of her videos. I watched quite a lot of videos. Crafty Loops. She hasn't been on YouTube in a while, but her videos from doing that, making journals and stuff, they're really good. I don't know why she hasn't been on YouTube. There have been a number of people who've got like really great videos. I'm going to give you the playlist that I have. I think I added a lot of videos to the playlist for DIY journals and sketchbooks, but I'll check to make sure that they're on there, and I'll leave the link below. One of the other reasons I wanted to make my sketchbooks and my journals was because when you make them yourself, you can figure out what size you want. If you want an odd size, you can put whatever kind of paper you want in it. You can arrange it however you want. It's all up to you because you're the one making it. You choose which binding you want, everything. Now, with the binding, depending on the kind of binding you use, depends on the kind of covers. And covers aren't the easiest to do. Whew, they're not the easiest to do, especially when you tow away river paper because it's really lightweight and not so easy to cover. So, needless to say, I'm still figuring out the covers. So I have this botanical paper, and it is gorgeous. It is handmade cotton paper with bits of leaves and flowers and stuff in it, and it is pretty much B6 size. When you hold it, it folds to B6 size. So I used it. I fell in love. Like, I trimmed just a little bit of the edges off. Didn't have to do much of that. But gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paper, y'all. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness, can I say gorgeous enough? One of the things I wanted to do with one journal was to make it more of a written journal, where sometimes I can share the pages, but I'm putting watercolor down and writing over the watercolor, or writing and then putting watercolor down, which makes it a little bit harder to read. So it's not such a big deal. And then I'm also doing the 200-day journal prompt thing with Enthusiastically Dawn, and I forgot to leave the link, and I will do that. I'm also still illustrating my day. I'm practicing more and more stuff with watercolor and taking the classes on Craftsy and doing different things like that, and out of books and things like that. And I thought, here I'm making the cover for my sketchbook, y'all. So I thought, what could I do? What could I do? And I wanted a practice sketchbook, an artist journal kind of sketchbook where I can do practice, where I can do real stuff, but I still have room in my other sketchbook I think creative time and practice and stuff is going to go in there. And when I actually go urban sketching, I'll use the one that Bree made me originally with my face on it. And then when that fills up, hopefully this one that you're seeing me put together will be almost full, and I can make one sketchbook and do all of the above in it, you know. So that's my goal. But I need to practice more, and I want to get better at making sketchbooks before I go and do all that. But your sketchbooks are really personal. Your journals are really personal. You know, I draw in it for me, but I do this for me. I don't really do it for others. Y'all see it, but I'm not doing the pages for y'all. Sometimes I do different things for y'all, but the journals themselves are for me. I mean, I'm interested in all different kinds of things, and I want to document those things. I want to describe my life, the world around us. I want to start putting more real stuff in there, stuff from the news. I want to do more text journaling. I don't want all that text in my Document My Life journal. My Document My Life journal is going to be more images with some notes. The sketchbook's going to be the same way, some images with some notes. And the sketchbook will probably have swatches of the different colors that I use. I want to document my life in the various parts of it. So the actual Illustrate My Life journal is more about documenting my day. Little bits of my day, what I'm watching, sometimes what I'm eating, if it's something different and unique, or if I made something really good, or if David cooked, or if somebody else cooked, or if we went somewhere or something, you know, special. And I'll be adding photos to the Document My Life journal, whereas to the Illustrate My Life journal, whereas to the sketchbook and the more written one, I never seriously add very many pictures to the sketchbook. Every now and again, if I take a picture and then I go there, if I take the picture and I don't get to sketch all of it, then I'll put a picture in it. I'm not limiting myself to any of this, but I do want to, you know, do some different things. I do definitely want to do more written journaling. And I like doing watercolor backgrounds. Like it makes it harder for people to read those excerpts if I do happen to show them, because I am doing the 200-day prompt. Some of that is written. A lot of it is written. It's almost all written, but I did draw a couple of little things. But I'm doing watercolor backgrounds too. It makes it a little bit harder for people to read. So for my Document My Life, Illustrate My Day, I have this vellum that I printed images on from the public library that are no longer under copyright law. They're free to use. And then for the written, mostly written journal, that's where I put the botanical paper. In my sketchbook, I have mixed media and watercolor paper, and it's by Canson. And unfortunately, the mixed media paper is really bright white, and the watercolor paper is not bright white. It's just kind of a white, but it's not bright white. So that bright white paper for the mixed media makes it look a little bit off-white rather than white, the watercolor paper. But that's okay. Like I said, it's the first one I've done. I'll make more. I'm going to be making more. I need to save up some more money and get some more paper and figure out a better way to cover my journals. And I found out through a reliable source that if I print dot grid on the Tomoe River paper, because I got 68 GSM Tomoe River paper from Amazon, I'll give you the link for it, but it's blank. And if I print the dot grid on it, then it won't be waterproof. So as soon as I get some extra money, I'm going to order probably two breezes from Taroko Design and get that done, so I can use that probably for my Document My Life notebook. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if I will actually or not. I'm still thinking. I know I like the dot grid better. I really wish I could find dot grid and the large sheets that were printed on both sides. But unfortunately, you can find it on Amazon.grid, but it's only printed on one side. So maybe I will get some of that with printed on one side and just mix it up with the blank paper the next time. I don't know. I'm still thinking. I don't have a laser printer. I could take the Tumbleweed River paper to Staples with a template for printing.grid and get them to print it since they have a laser printer, but I don't have one. So I don't know. We'll see, y'all. We'll see. I'm still figuring it out. But I'm getting better and better at writing on the blank page. I have a pencil board and a dot grid board. I have a pencil board with lines and a pencil board with dot grid. Makes it a little bit easier, but I am getting better and it's making my handwriting better. So I don't know, maybe I won't bother with the dot grid, or maybe I'll just order one pack with the dot grid on the one side and next time. We'll see. But at least this way I have journals that are made custom to me. Bree said if I find this where I don't really like doing it, she said she'd help me. I could send her supplies. She said she'd still make my journals. I could send her whatever paper I wanted. But I sent a lot of people her way, and I think it's just her way of saying thanks. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I don't have a lot of time left on this, and I don't want to talk too much about that part. But I do want to say that drawing and writing, watercoloring, they're all very creative, but they're also very almost sensual in a way. We draw things differently whenever it's more personal. And if you draw something, say a scene from somewhere, when you look back at that scene, you can hear the sounds, smell the smells, that kind of thing. It's much more personal than taking a picture, I think. But like I said, I love pictures. Like, I love pictures of Victor, but you'll notice that sometimes I draw Victor quite a bit too. Tomorrow I will have Victor. I have him Thursday this week instead of Wednesday, and it's been crazy busy, and I'm loving what we're doing so far, but I've got a lot of stuff to do. And this may not go up until Thursday evening, and I'm okay with that. I just need to get everything together. We're going to take Victor to the park for a little while, and then Victor and I are going to play with Play-Doh for a while. David said he'd use the camera and film Victor at the park, and then me at me drawing while he's playing on at the park playground. And then he said he'd film a little bit of me and Victor playing with the Play-Doh. So I'm pretty excited that we'll do a little bit of vlog stuff. And that's about it, y'all. I had a really good time making these. I'm going to show you the setup in like sort of a part 2 to this. I had to time lapse this though. It's just way too boring, way too much. And there's so many videos that actually show you how to do this. You really don't want to follow how I did it. You want to follow the people who know what they're doing, because this was a learning experience for me. And I learned the hard way, you need a template. For everything, you need a template. The more that you do it, the better you get at it. Yeah, it's not, but I like this way better than stapling an insert. I'm not an insert person. I'm a notebook person. I'm a journal person. So, yeah, I had a good time. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was interesting. I learned a lot. And like I said, I'm probably going to be making my own sketchbooks and journals for a long time to come. I just really need to figure out a better way. I need to figure out how to do covers. Sketchbook cover turned out pretty well, but I don't want all of my covers to be hard like that. So I want a more flexible cover. So I don't know, maybe book binding cloth, maybe my bindings won't show. I'm not quite sure, but I'll figure it out eventually, or Bree will figure it out and then I'll learn how. Or somebody else, I'll find a video where somebody else shows it and I'll learn how. But yeah, Bree didn't actually show me how to do this. She pointed me in the right direction with C. Lemon's videos, and I started watching those and then searched for some more. I do, however, love the red waxed embroidery floss. Y'all, I love the red. That's part of the reason why I don't want my binding to be hidden, because I love the red thread. So I'll see y'all later. Maybe I need to get a little portable sewing machine. Maybe that will work. And y'all have a good one, and I hope that you enjoy the video. And I'll see you for part 2 soon.
Okay, so let's not lose my thread and my needle. Okay, I had to do the cover off camera because I couldn't get it at an angle where I needed to, and I had to finagle some things. So here is I had to finagle some things. So here is, let's see if I can, there we go. Okay, so here is the journal. And I have this, I'm probably going to put washi tape down this. Here's the back. I put washi tape down this because this paper is so thin, and that's cardstock. And because I wanted the binding to show here, I did it this way. And then I had this, which had the little folder thing, and I split it down the middle, put packing tape down the middle. As you can see, there's a little piece of paper in there, so I can do this. It does not come all the way, like, you know, it has a tiny bit of overhang, but that's okay. So that's it. I have it. I have, it's not quite as tight as I'd like. I'm going to see about adjusting that a little bit. And I think it's because I did it on camera instead of holding it in my lap. And it has blank Tomaway River paper in it. So I'm going to see about adjusting this. I'm going to do some tightening, I think, and pull it a little and knot it to see if I can get it tighter. So now let's see. Maybe I'll take this out. And I have my calendar right in the front. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back in here. I think our spare, like just for notes, to the side, because I'm I think gonna do just planning, bullet journaling in the A5, and that'll be that. I don't really need to do it in both. You'll have to excuse the mess. I think that's gonna be it, because this is going to be my document my life notebook, and yeah, I think that's it, y'all.